Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. Anna returns to LA injured. She reveals the shocking truth to Jason. Valentine saves hostage Anna. Escape leads to dramatic rescue? Valentine Cassadine may step up to save hostage Anna Devane. Will Valentine's prison getaway lead to a dramatic rescue? Valentine and Carly Spencer are collaborating on a GH storyline right now to get even with Jack Brennan. Valentine ought to finally exit Steinmauer and land in a prison in the United States as a result of Carly's Brennan manipulation. The information from the fall preview already gave away the possibility of Valentine's upcoming escape, but it's possible that his motivations go beyond just freedom and Brennan's retaliation. Perhaps Valentine's storyline could ultimately collide with Anna's now that she's in jeopardy. If Valentine finds out that Anna's in trouble, he may waste no time in going after her and trying to fix this. Valentine clearly has a lot of information about Cesar Faison's final project and who has been really running the show. Valentine is going to have the necessary information and a strong desire to safeguard Anna. This might cause Valentine to break out of prison, at least in part, so he can save Anna from whatever twisted scheme she's involved in. Valentine is always going to love Anna and want to keep her safe, so he may take drastic action to get her out of this jam. Anna has times when she's her own hero, but she might need Valentine to become one for her this time around. Although it's possible that Faison is still alive in some way, Jason Morgan's theory seems more likely to be correct. It's possible that Anna's harrowing Faison experience is being used against her in mind games. To put it another way, it's possible that someone is going to great lengths to convince Anna that Faison has returned. Valentine may know who that someone is and resolve to take them down following some unsettling Anna news. Maybe Valentine will put his own life on the line in the process once this prison break happens. We could certainly buy the idea of Valentine going into heroic mode for Anna's sake, so stay tuned for updates on any shockers to come. Faison's plan to marry Anna and all lies? Cesar Faison may yet be alive, and able to manipulate reality his way. Is Faison actually alive and the one running the elaborate scheme the WSB wants to take down? We wouldn't put it past Faison to have a strategy in place to eventually marry Anna Devane. Is Faison alive and unwell? Fans saw a terrifying scene this week in which Anna was chloroformed in her car, taken, and then handcuffed to a chair and left alone in a room that was empty. The sound of a voice coming from a wall-mounted loudspeaker shocked Anna. The voice told her to be calm, that she is on her way to a new life. The claim that the voice sounded similar to Faison's was shared by a large number of fans on social media. In fact, the words came quickly and were hard to remember. What is Jack Brennan up to now? Next, we saw Jack Brennan get a phone call, supposedly from Anna. After that, Brennan informed Mayor Laura Collins that Anna needed to leave PC right away due to a highly classified WSB operation. At this point we have no way of knowing if Anna's voice was AI or if she was forced to speak the words. We do know that Anna would do whatever was asked of her if she was under pressure, like when Emma Scorpio Drake was threatened. However, Laura was understandably perplexed and suspicious of the chief of police's delay in informing her. Anna is in a precarious position. What is actually going on with Double Agent Anna? Given her crooked history, anyone could have beef with her at this point. But it's likely not the WSB behind her abduction. So, why did Anna get taken away? Some fans believe that Anna is being gaslighted into believing that Faison is to blame for her experience. Yes, Faison is supposed to be dead. But his two kids just came back to PC from the land of the lost, and so how can we definitively say that Daddy Dearest is actually decomposing somewhere or that the brain in the jar thought to be his, is really his? Faison has defied death before. Faison's offspring, Britt Westbourne and Nathan West, suddenly re-emerged in PC, which is shocking enough. There is a nefarious background plot involving labs and drugs that point to Faison's aliveness. And that would be bad news for Anna since he is obsessed with her. The fact that Brennan and Jason Morgan both assert Faison's demise raises the question, is he really? It could be that the new life Anna is to embark on is that of Faison's wife. There are dark things going on in PC right now, and every possibility needs to be taken into account, especially the possibility that Britt and Nathan's dad is in charge. Faison's final project appears to have to do with human testing, and if that's the case, Anna could be next. When Anna Devane finally returns to Los Angeles, she's not the same fearless agent that left. Physically wounded and emotionally shaken, Anna carries not only visible scars but also a deep secret that threatens to unravel everything she's fought for. Her sudden reappearance sends shockwaves through Port Charles, and when Jason Morgan comes face to face with her, he knows instantly that something far darker is at play. What Jason doesn't realize, however, is that Anna's trauma ties directly to Valentine Cassadine, who may be the only man capable of saving her from the twisted forces closing in. The story begins in chaos. After a covert mission goes terribly wrong, Anna is found unconscious and gravely injured outside an abandoned warehouse near the LA harbor. Her return is shrouded in mystery. She refuses medical transport, insisting that she must see Jason before anyone else. When Jason arrives, he's stunned by her fragile state. Gone is the stoic, calculating super spy he once trusted with his life. In her place stands a woman haunted by something that defies explanation. As he gently helps her sit, Anna's trembling hands clutch a flash drive, the only evidence she managed to escape with. "Jason," she whispers hoarsely, "it wasn't Brennan. It's something else, something much bigger." Those words are the catalyst for a dangerous chain of events that no one sees coming. As Jason listens, Anna reveals a shocking truth. Someone inside the intelligence community has been using her late tormentor, Caesar Faison's legacy, to manipulate her. Every mission, every contact, every haunting message, all were part of an elaborate psychological operation designed to break her. But what's worse is the revelation that Faison's final project didn't die with him. It was completed, and the mastermind behind it is someone Anna and Valentine both once trusted. Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away, Valentine Cassadine sits in Steinmauer prison, his mind consumed by two things, vengeance and Anna. His alliance with Carly Spencer has given him an opportunity to dismantle Jack Brennan's power network from the inside. Thanks to Carly's cunning manipulation, Valentine's transfer to a stateside prison is finally approved. But while everyone believes his next move will target Brennan, Valentine's true motivation is far more personal. When he learns that Anna is missing, presumed dead, everything inside him snaps. Valentine's love for Anna has always existed in that dangerous gray area between devotion and destruction. She is his weakness and his salvation. Despite their complicated history, one truth has never changed: he would risk everything to keep her safe. So when word reaches him that Anna was taken hostage before her mysterious return, Valentine realizes that her life may still be in danger, and he will stop at nothing to reach her. What follows is a daring and meticulously planned prison break that rivals anything Cassadine has ever attempted. Using a smuggled device supplied by one of Carly's contacts, Valentine stages a fake riot inside the facility, drawing guards away from his cell block. In the chaos, he slips out through a maintenance tunnel that hasn't been used in decades. His escape sets off a manhunt that stretches across state lines, but Valentine has no interest in running. His goal is clear. He's going to find Anna, even if it kills him. Back in LA, Anna struggles to piece together what really happened during her captivity. She tells Jason fragments of what she remembers: a dimly lit lab, whispered voices, and a masked figure who taunted her with Faison's voice. The torment wasn't random. Someone wanted her to believe that Faison had somehow survived, that the nightmares she thought she'd conquered were once again real. Jason, ever the pragmatist, suspects someone's using advanced AI or voice replication technology, a cruel manipulation designed to destroy her confidence. But the more Anna remembers, the clearer it becomes: whoever orchestrated this knows her intimately. That's when Jason uncovers surveillance footage linking a shadow operative named Helix, a codename connected to Valentine's old intelligence unit. Jason doesn't want to believe Valentine's involved, but when he sees the same insignia that Valentine once wore stitched into a mercenary's jacket, he knows the Cassadine name is once again entwined in chaos. Then comes the twist. As Anna and Jason dig deeper, Valentine finally tracks them down, bloody, exhausted, and half-starved from his escape. When he bursts into the safe house, guns are drawn, but the look in his eyes tells Anna everything she needs to know: he didn't come to hurt her. He came to save her. Anna, he pleads, voice breaking, I know who did this to you. Valentine reveals that Faison's final project, a psychological weapon program designed to clone and condition agents, was completed years ago under a secret faction known as the Phoenix Directive. The program was believed to be dismantled, but in truth, it evolved. Valentine's own father, Mikos Cassadine, had funded the prototype before his death, and remnants of that research fell into Brennan's hands. But Brennan wasn't the architect, he was merely a puppet. The real puppet master is someone inside the WSB itself. Jason realizes that Anna's abduction and psychological torture were meant to keep her from uncovering this truth. Valentine's intel proves that the same faction is now targeting both of them. With the walls closing in, Jason and Valentine reluctantly join forces to protect Anna and expose the operation. In one heart-pounding sequence, the trio is ambushed outside a safe house by mercenaries posing as federal agents. Valentine takes a bullet shielding Anna, forcing Jason to fight off the attackers while she tends to his wounds. Even as he bleeds out, Valentine's eyes never leave Anna's face. I told you, he murmurs weakly, I'll always come back for you. That moment cements the emotional core of the story, two broken souls, bound by love and guilt, finally finding redemption through each other. As dawn breaks, the trio makes their way to an abandoned airstrip outside Los Angeles. Using a coded message Valentine memorized from his days in the WSB, they uncover the hidden location of the Phoenix Directive's central lab. Inside, they find horrifying evidence, a chamber filled with digital projections of Faison's likeness, programmed to torment agents with personalized hallucinations. Anna realizes she was never meant to survive, she was the final test subject in an experiment designed to control fear itself. Jason, ever the soldier, wants to destroy the lab and vanish, but Valentine insists on downloading the data first. If we don't expose them, he says grimly, they'll do this to someone else. With Anna's reluctant help, they transfer the files onto her flash drive, the same one she risked her life to protect. Before they can escape, armed guards swarm the compound. Valentine, weakened but unyielding, stays behind to hold them off. The ensuing gunfight is brutal. Jason drags a resisting Anna onto the helicopter, screaming as Valentine disappears into a fireball of collapsing steel and concrete. But just as the chopper lifts off, Anna spots movement through the flames, a familiar silhouette stumbling out of the wreckage. Valentine lives. The final scene is one of bittersweet triumph. Anna, wrapped in bandages, sits in Jason's penthouse weeks later, replaying the events in her mind. Jason tells her that Valentine was taken into custody again, but this time, the WSB doesn't plan to return him to Steinmauer. Instead, he's being held under protective review. Anna stares out the window, conflicted. For all his sins, Valentine's love for her remains undeniable. And as Jason reminds her, he didn't just escape prison, Anna. He escaped his past, for you. The camera lingers on Anna's face as she opens her laptop and inserts the flash drive. The screen flickers to life with encrypted data labeled Project Helix, Phase 2. Her eyes widen. The story isn't over. In the end, Anna Returns to LA Injured isn't just a tale of espionage and danger, it's about redemption, sacrifice, and the power of love amid chaos. Valentine Cassadine's daring rescue transforms him from anti-hero to savior, while Anna Devane's survival proves that even the strongest warriors sometimes need saving. And Jason Morgan, ever the silent protector, becomes the anchor holding them both together. The fallout from Valentine's prison break and Anna's shocking revelation will ripple through every corner of Port Charles. Loyalties will be tested, alliances will shatter, and hidden truths will surface, setting the stage for a dramatic new chapter where the line between hero and villain blurs completely. Because in the world of General Hospital, nothing stays buried forever, not secrets, not love, and certainly not the ghosts of the past. The city of Los Angeles wakes to a soft morning haze, but inside a guarded hospital wing, peace feels like an illusion. Anna Devane lies motionless beneath crisp white sheets, her body covered in bandages, her mind drifting between consciousness and the haunting fragments of what she endured. Every sound, a monitor beep, a door creak, echoes like the whispers of her captors. It's been 3 days since Jason Morgan pulled her from the wreckage of the Phoenix Directive compound. 3 days since Valentine Cassadine vanished into the smoke and fire, his fate uncertain. Jason hasn't left her side. The stoic enforcer, known for his silence and restraint, now finds himself watching over the woman who once led him into countless battles. He studies her breathing, the faint twitch of her fingers, the way her lips sometimes move as if speaking to ghosts. Jason knows that trauma doesn't end when the danger does, it lingers, festers, and sometimes becomes a weapon of its own. When Anna finally opens her eyes, the world feels different. The first face she sees is Jason's, his expression unreadable but his presence grounding. "Where's Valentine?" she asks weakly, her voice raw from days of disuse. Jason hesitates, glancing toward the window before answering. "They found him. Barely alive. He's under federal custody now. They're calling it protective detention, but you and I both know what that means." Anna's heart twists. She remembers Valentine's eyes in those final moments, the desperation, the love, the unspoken apology. "He saved me," she murmurs, more to herself than to Jason. "After everything, he still came for me." Jason nods, his jaw tightening. "He did. And he bought us time, but now the WSB wants answers. They're questioning everyone connected to Faison's research, and they're not going to stop until they bury what we found." Anna pushes herself upright despite the pain radiating through her ribs. "They can't bury it," she says fiercely. "Not again. Too many people have already died for this secret." Jason studies her, impressed by the fire in her voice. "Then we'll do it your way. But if we go after the WSB, we do it quietly. You know how deep this runs, one wrong move, and they'll erase us before we can expose them." As Anna takes a shaky breath, memories flash before her, the cold metal table where she was restrained, the synthetic voice mimicking Faison's laughter, the cruel message repeated over and over, "You will never escape me." The psychological torture had been meticulous, designed to break her will and her identity. Yet somehow, Valentine's voice, distant, echoing through her nightmares, had kept her anchored. Meanwhile, in a classified WSB facility outside Langley, Virginia, Valentine Cassadine sits in a glass-walled cell, his body weak but his mind sharp. The agents interrogating him underestimate the man they've captured. To them, he's a dangerous defector, a liability to be contained. To himself, he's something far more dangerous, a man with nothing left to lose. Across the table sits Director Malcolm Vance, a veteran intelligence officer whose allegiance is as murky as the agency he serves. "You've caused quite a mess, Mr. Cassadine," Vance says coldly. "Breaking out of Steinmauer. Destroying a covert facility. Harboring a fugitive agent. Care to explain yourself before we make this permanent?" Valentine leans back, a faint smirk playing on his lips. "Permanent? You mean like you did with Project Helix?" Vance's eyes flicker with controlled fury. "You know nothing about Helix." "Oh, I know enough," Valentine replies smoothly. "I know it wasn't about cloning or conditioning. It was about control, psychological, emotional, neural. The perfect weapon isn't a bullet, Director. It's fear." The silence that follows is suffocating. Vance signals for the guards to remove him, but before they can, Valentine delivers one final warning. "You can lock me up, bury the evidence, rewrite the files, but you can't erase the truth." Anna Devane is alive, and she remembers everything. As the door slams behind him, Vance mutters under his breath, "Then we'll have to make sure she forgets." Back in LA, Anna refuses to rest. Despite her injuries, she's already begun compiling data from the flash drive. Jason watches as she works late into the night, her fingers trembling over the keyboard, decoding layers of encrypted files. What she finds makes her blood run cold, a list of names. Dozens of them. Operatives, scientists, field agents, all believed to have died in the last decade. Yet the timestamps show recent activity. "They're alive," Anna whispers. "Or someone wants us to believe they are." Jason scans the data. "What's this one?" he asks, pointing to a codename, PHX09. Anna's face drains of color. That's me, she says quietly. They catalogued me as part of the experiment. Jason clenches his fists. They tried to turn you into a subject? Yes, she says, voice breaking. Every mission I thought I was running, every lead I chased, it was orchestrated. They wanted to measure my responses, my limits. They've been studying me for years. Jason's protective instincts kick in. Then we burn this whole thing down. Every trace. But Anna shakes her head. No. Not until we find out who's still controlling it. Valentine believed there was a second phase. Helix wasn't the end. As the night deepens, Anna begins to piece together the connections, offshore accounts tied to defense contracts, encrypted communications between Brennan and unknown parties, and fragments of AI-based psychological conditioning reports. One particular message stands out: Phase 2 begins upon full subject reintegration.